Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Jeremy, and today I want to talk about what does it mean to be poor in spirit. Matthew chapter 5 contains the Sermon on the Mount and what we call the Beatitudes, which means the blessings, but can also be understood as giving the believer his or her Beatitudes, the attitudes we should be. In the Beatitudes, Jesus set forth both the nature and aspirations of the citizens of his kingdom. We have and are learning these character traits. All of these character traits are marks and goals of all Christians. It's not as if we can major in one to the exclusion of all the others. There is no escape from our responsibility to desire every one of these spiritual attributes. Charles Spurgeon said, if you meet someone who claims to be a Christian but displays and desires none of these traits, you may rightly wonder about their salvation because they do not have the character of the kingdom citizens. But if they claim to have mastered these attributes, you may question their honesty. I say all of this because the beatitude that we are covering today, some of us struggle with. If I can be transparent, I struggled with this one for a few years, and I regularly have to ask the Holy Spirit for help. It's very short, but a very powerful verse found in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 3. The verse says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." You may be thinking, what's your issue, Jeremy? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. When I initially read this, it just sounded weak to me. I read it almost like, blessed are the lowly and weak in spirit. That's not what the verse said. Sometimes it helps when we read from another translation. So reading it in the New Living Translation really helped me. It said, God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for Him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Yeah, I know, it is saying what was probably obvious to you, but for me, a light bulb went on. I'm blessed when I realize my need for Him. When I recognize that I need Him, the kingdom of heaven is mine. This isn't weakness or lowliness, it's a life of humility. And walking in humility takes consistency and strength. Jesus wants us to humbly accept that in and of ourselves, we are not enough. We just aren't enough. Not from an insecure place, but in recognizing we need Him. We try so hard to be enough on our own. We wait so long before we ask for help in prayer. We exhaust every natural solution before we pursue Him in humility. I don't know how many times I've kicked myself in the butt and said, Jeremy, why did you wait so long to come to God in humility? The peace that follows is incredible when we surrender our way to Him. Accepting that there is one who knows us so well and knows what we need, even more than we do, that is becoming poor in spirit. To open our hands and to bow our heads and say, I can't make it on my own. When we release control of our next minutes and hours and days to Him, it can be scary. I know, and many days I lay things at His feet, acknowledging that He knows best, only to pick them right back up again a couple hours later. We have a choice to make. Will we allow Jesus to become greater as we become less? Will we take Him at His word? What are the areas of your life that you are stubbornly holding on to? What's the thing that you should be praying and turning over to Him? Yes, we should do what we can in the natural. Remember what the verse says. It says, God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for Him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Practice that today. Spend a moment in prayer and turn your concern and your worry. Ask Him to fill you with His peace and His love. Maybe the direction you are looking for will come as you posture yourself before God in humility. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Devo.